Welcome back, friends, to the second part of my Celebrate Love series for the month. Today, I want to talk about another element that I've incorporated into my monthly focus, and that is self-care. Let me share with you my thoughts on this subject and why it's important to me. Now, to begin, I see a person as a whole consisting of mind, body, and spirit. So today, I really want to focus on self-care for the mind and spirit. For me, the purpose of self-care is to be mindful of or improve my mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being. It helps me charge my battery, create a balanced life, reduce stress, become more resilient, and get to know myself and my needs. It gives me space and time to think and feel, and to allow myself to feel what I feel. And it also allows me to have fun and play. Now, I think self-care comes in layers. So we have to meet ourselves where we are. The foundation of self-care is making sure that we are not neglecting our basic needs, such as nourishment, water, shelter, and safety. After that, I think one of the most loving and caring things we can do is work on our biggest problem, the thing that is weighing on us, if we currently have something like that in our lives. And this may include getting help, facing your truth, making a plan, and taking any tiny step forward. If we're making progress on what's weighing us down, or if we're lucky enough not to have any particular thing block out our sunshine, then I think the next layer of self-care would be getting to know ourselves and building a happier life. For example, these may be some things we need to work on in our lives. Figuring out your priorities, what really matters to you in your life, connecting with something bigger than yourself, God, universe, nature, whatever that looks like for you, but also connecting with other living beings that value you. This may mean people closest to you, people in your community, or maybe not people at all. Maybe it's your pets, and you for sure are important in their lives. If you find yourself mostly putting others' needs above your own, it may be creating boundaries and saying no, or it could be expressing your needs to those around you, or even to yourself. It could be developing hobbies, doing something fun, something you enjoy. I really think play is very important towards our happiness. It could be journaling to express your thoughts and feelings, or another creative method that works for you. I know that sometimes self-care can be thought of as selfish. Those lines can get a little blurry, but true self-care is not selfish. You know that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. It is very important not to neglect ourselves in all areas of our lives. Self-care makes us better people for ourselves and others. Another issue might be that you think you don't have time for self-care. You are already taking care of others, like children who completely depend on you. So there is no time to take care of you. And I get that, but there are things you can do to take care of yourself without neglecting those who depend on you. I think a good idea is to involve our kids in the things that we enjoy. If you need a walk and to spend time in nature, take your kids with you. If you enjoy painting, do that with them, with everyone working at their own level. It's lovely to have time to yourself, and if you can, do that. But if you can't, don't give up on yourself. Find ways to take care of yourself, even when you're taking care of others. If you don't know where to start, you can go online and find many ideas for self-care. Ideally, your self-care will cater exactly to what you need, but I'll give you some examples and ideas. For some free self-care, you can take a walk, read a book from the library or borrow one from a friend, meditate or pray. You can spend time in nature, observing the environment and animals. And depending where you are, maybe the best self-care thing is to wash yourself, shower, wash your hair. For some inexpensive ideas, you can journal, assuming you would need to buy a notebook or paper of some kind. You can treat yourself a little. Maybe a fun drink, an ice cream cone, a little bouquet of flowers or a small plant, maybe a spa day at home. You could connect with someone, go out or invite them over for coffee, plan a little game night or a movie night in. You can play, learn, and have fun in many ways. You can do games, work on your hobbies, or express your creativity. Maybe you can drive to the beach or a viewpoint, and there you can take some pretty photos, maybe of yourself. Maybe you can print one of those. If you can afford it, all of the above, or maybe $5 or less. Remember, self-care doesn't need to be a tropical vacation, a full day at the spa, or buying yourself something you always wanted. Although those things are wonderful too. But again, meet yourself where you are and don't give up just because your reality doesn't match what society or anyone tells you self-care should be. Now, earlier this week, I headed out to Dollar Tree to find some inexpensive ideas for self-care. I found word searches, books to read, adult coloring books, and so much more. Imagine if you gave yourself a $5 budget and that would allow you to buy 4 things at the Dollar Tree to have some special self-care. Now, again, I'm not saying you need to spend any money to practice self-care. These examples are just for fun. So let me go through some things I found. There were a lot of crafts that I wasn't expecting. There were some seasonal paint sets, cross-stitch, felting, macrame. I also found a bunch of blank note cards. That might be a great self-care, to buy a pack of cards, some stamps, and send out some handwritten notes to friends. It would put a smile on their face and allow you to connect with them a little bit. Now, for those who'd want to journal or use a planner, I found some great options. I put together a few fun sets in different styles that someone might enjoy. You could plant a little container garden. The seeds were 4 for $1.25, and they had a variety of different pots. They also had some soil. So just a few things, and you can have a container full of herbs or flowers. I found a ton of games, ones you can enjoy with your whole family or just for some adult game night. They had a pretty nice selection of puzzles if you're into that. I don't know how great the quality is, but for $1.25, it might be something fun to try. Another idea would be a little manicure or a pedicure. There were a lot of options for having a little fun spa day at home. Maybe your self-care is a fun drink or a little snack, or maybe you can pick and choose from these. Maybe you want to do a game night and invite a friend over. You can get a game and some snacks. Or for your spa day, you want to drink something bubbly while you've deployed your bath bomb in the bathtub. There are so many cute little options. If you're not sure what you would like, this is a great way to try something new without spending a fortune to see if you even like it. Now, for my self-care, I only have 2 rules. I want to make sure that the self-care I practice serves and doesn't contradict my basic needs or undermine my goal in any significant way. And my second rule is to play and have fun. If you have a hard time practicing self-care, please ask yourself why. And while you figure out why and work on that, you can imagine that you are taking care of a small child, a toddler, who is wholly dependent on you. This is a child you love very much. Imagine what that would look like. Wouldn't you want what's best for them and to treat them in a loving way? Well, that child is you, the tender part of you that you're taking care of. So don't forget to treat yourself in a loving and caring way. It's not something you have to deserve. It's something you are entitled to. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week when I go over my thoughts on self-care for the body.